It'd be a good idea to do that for all of them, I guess. I'm still checking everything twice, though. Why am I doing that? Especially with the humans, it would make the biggest difference. There'd be a lot of duplicate checks in there. This is an easy one because it's practically the same. Okay, well that's what I'm working towards, refactoring the fire code. I think we should be good. Cross that off the list. So there's the day-night cycle. And then I'm pretty much done, actually. I mean, there is still converting all of the stuff that runs on alarms. But I was thinking about it, like, mostly I use alarms for particle effects, right? And if you have a low frame rate, then spawning less particles would actually help performance. So maybe it's good to run those on alarms. And then if you do have a really low frame rate, you just don't get as many particles on screen. Kind of an interesting thought. Okay, that's my way of converting the alarms when you change the timescale. Or Updating the alarms. Oh, seems like I did some actual Delta stuff in here. What the hell is that? What? $28. 5x4. What the hell is that? $240 is the length of a day. This is the Arctic tundra specific stuff. I see. Okay, so that would be incorrect now because the length of a season has changed to be like 14 days, maybe? I think it's 14 days now, right? 14, 28, 56. So if I just change this to 14, I got overlooked, I guess. Because in the polar climate, well, specifically in the Arctic tundra, it doesn't apply to all polar climate biomes, but specifically in the Arctic tundra, there is like a unique solar cycle where it's like daytime for half the year and nighttime for the other half of the year. Okay, so it's going to work for time, but the actual rate of change is not being modified. This is just ridiculous. What even is this? I mean, obviously we'd rather not do the math in line like this. But this is probably going to give me some very weird results. .72, etc. .72 seems like a pretty high number. Probably playtest that map at some point. Or I could just redo the math on this. I mean, if 75 is the value that I want to reach, it's like 240 times 28 is 6,720. 75 divided by 6,720. That's more like the kind of number I would expect. 0.01160714285743. But maybe it's not supposed to work quite like that. Well, I mean... Hey Fizzy Busy, how's it going? Ooh, nice. Just playing with this thing that shows me like the path of the sun. Kinda cool. Yeah, I assume that is correct. So if we just did like 0.112, that would be fine, I think. Instead of doing this, whatever the hell this is, which gets us a much higher value actually, but with a less smooth transition. I mean, there would be a lot more time where the light level is either at its lowest or at its highest. Whereas if I was to change this number to be a lower number, low enough, then it would be like almost a perfect kind of curve where the light level would be increasing, and then like as soon as it gets as light as it possibly will, then it all starts decreasing again until it gets as dark as it can, and then it starts increasing again pretty much instantly. Well, definitely instantly if I'm rounding the number up. It will never actually technically reach the max of 75 if I'm rounding it up. But I think that works, and then we don't have to do a bunch of ridiculous math every step. By doing 0.112 here, I will need to test it, but definitely preferable. And then multiplying that by the modifier as well. Thanks, Gaba. Almost forgot to finish my tea. Have a good night. I hope your slumber is restful. Well, technically, No, that's not true. Okay. Why don't I just do it like this? Okay. That's probably going to need testing, but I'm hoping it's better than it was. 4 divided by 60. Why are we doing this? This is the normal rate at which the sun rises and falls. Or is this the base? What is this? Doesn't it have like an offset? Oh, right. Sorry, the offset is applied to sunrise and sunset, but it still takes the same amount of time for the sunrise and the sunset. It's just the time changes, the time of day. Well, divided by 60, 0.6 recurring. Just round it up to 0.07. It's not going to make much difference. Or we can keep it like that. Okay. Is that it? We're not doing this for alarms. I think that might be it. Yeah, how does that work? I'm kind of curious. Collision point, okay. Makes sense. It's just a random room coordinate. Wouldn't be surprised if some of this was out of date. We could do with a global, a clear trackers function, which is universal and clears all of the trackers on whatever instance you run it on. That'd be pretty good. Would make a lot of sense. I think I have a clear trackers function now, but it's just for the humans. Oh yeah, there's difference also between clearing your own trackers and clearing yourself off of the trackers of others. That's true. Clear, we can have like a clear other tracker function and a clear, well, tracker clear other tracker clear. Yeah, I think this only works for humans, but we could make it universal. What? Oh, makes sense, I guess. What if it's on the global felling list? Am I doing that? Is that built into the tree object? Yeah. It's quite important that we do that. Because I have to clear the trackers here as well. Like I have unique code for every single one of these creatures, but if we could make this stuff universal, then we could have universal handling as well. And we could just like say, if the thing that you're casting this miracle on is a creature, then just do this, and then it like automatically does the correct stuff depending on which type of creature it is. It's going to be important going forwards because I'm going to be adding so many new creatures to the game. Oh, here's tree. Felling. I don't see anything about the global felling list even in here. I guess if the tree was on the global felling list and it was set on fire, they would still try to fell it. Unless I'm missing something. Doesn't seem to be any handling for trees in here. Weird. How does this work? I'm confused. Okay. Right. What would happen if a dead creature got hit by lightning and set on fire? I think it would burn forever. Actually, we would still be able to harvest it. Well, it would burn until the decay naturally causes it to be destroyed. Hmm. Interesting. Yeah, usually creatures stop burning when they die, right? If they're already dead, they will just burn forever. Also, it's probably kind of unrealistic that they stop burning when they die. They should probably stop burning after some time. Oh, it's a minor detail. But I think we do need something in here, like... that contains the ID, right? Yeah. Yeah. Can't remember how the global harvest list gets saved and loaded anymore, but I'm pretty sure it works, so don't need to worry about it right now. Okay, everything except for the alarms should be converted to, well, everything except for the alarms should have delta time compensation now. That's even what you want to call it. Okay, well, that was easier than expected. Yeah, the more time consuming part is going to be doing the alarms, I guess. Let's combine these. They're exactly the same, right? Should be, yeah. That's a nice optimization. Yeah, I think if I do that, it'll be a bit more work to do that for the humans, but if I do it for the humans, it might actually make some small difference to performance, because theirs are pretty insane. Oh, the predators don't have the spooked thing? I guess not. Makes sense. Makes sense. So, just the humans left to do. Yeah, these ones. There's one of these for every gift, and one for ungifted humans as well. Which doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? I mean, true. I'm using else if, so it won't actually make that big of a difference, to be honest with you. It'll like check this gift, and if it's not this, it will just move on to the next one. So it's really not going to make any difference. And it's probably actually kind of easier to read this way. You have them separated. Why is this one like this, though? Surely this can be combined. How would you do that? gift is drummer, and nearest predator exists and is within range, and state does not equal state drum, or DS list not empty targeting me, and all of this other stuff for either of those. I believe that works. Should be fine. Maybe it's time we finally delete all of this commented code in here. It's been hanging around for probably over a year. I think we can safely say we're not going to use it. What even is it? Oh, right, we used to have different sizes. We still have different sizes, but we don't track them separately because that's a terrible idea. Okay, so a good test would be like, do they still drink correctly? Does it still take a second for them to drink? That way we kind of know that it's working. And then we could even change the frame rates and see if it still takes a second. It's an easy way to know I've got all this right. And then I could try the time scale as well. Does it take half a second at 2 times speed and quarter of a second at 4 times speed, etc.? Oh, there's still some reference to regen somewhere. Forgot to remove. Step 2. Step 2, interesting. Okay. I have a feeling if I forgot to do that for the fox, maybe I forgot to do that for the other animals too. Regen. Regen doesn't work like that anymore. Is this the new regen code? Probably. I don't know, what is this? Doesn't look like it. I think maybe just the humans have the new one. Oh, it looks kind of... Wait, what is this? Plus equals regen. No, we don't do that anymore. Which one of these is the new one? This one. Does it work? Regen... Did I just not get around to changing this yet? Or... I swear I updated this somewhere. I remember doing that. Oh, in the wolf code. My god. Okay, so this is how it's supposed to work now. So if you're less than 100 HP and not dead, regen timer plus equals actual delta, else regen timer equals 0. If state equals state asleep and regen timer is greater than or equal to 15, or if state does not equal state asleep and regen timer is greater than or equal to 30, HP plus 1, regen timer 0. Makes sense. The only thing is the state names are not universal. It's a pain in the butt. Oh, it's a pain in the butt. There are 3 creatures: the bears, the deer, and wait, no, only 2 creatures. That's pretty good then. The bears and the deer. Their sleeping state is called state sleep, not state asleep. For all of the others, state sleep is when they're traveling to the place that they're going to sleep. For the ones whose sleeping state is called state sleep, I want it to be called state asleep, so that it's universal. But then, wait a minute, but doesn't that state also include the traveling portion of that? If that has a traveling portion as well, then we can't even really do it this way. And we in fact, I removed that flag, the sleeping flag, sleeping equals true or false. And that's like actually kind of useful. There's other ways to do it though. We can actually, you can kind of do it based on the sprite, because we swap them to a different sprite when they're sleeping, right? You can kind of do that. Or you check path position, state asleep and path position greater than or equal to 1. That's another thing you could do. Well, there doesn't seem to be any traveling in here. Why have we got more regen shit? God damn it. Oh, and there's all of time things in it. Well, that's just a regen. Maybe there isn't. Regen. Gotta find all those. Regen. There's no pathing on that. Okay, that's good. So we can just change the state name from sleep to asleep for the ones that isn't called asleep. Oh, sorry, I'm looking for regen. 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 Okay, seems good. So bear state, I can't see. Sleep. So that should be called state asleep. Oh, fuck. Where else am I gonna have to change this? It'll be fairly easy to search through and find, I guess. And dear state sleep called state asleep. And then bear, check through here, state sleep, call that state asleep. Look for any other references to state sleep anywhere. State sleep and change it to asleep. Dear state sleep. Oop. Yep. Mm-hmm. That's it, I think. Okay. It's nice. And then this code will actually work for all of them. But we're going to want to put it in a script. It's a nice easy one. Just copy it into a script. Where would this go? Effects? No? Where have I been putting these? Game, I think? Where did I put that bleed? Well, that is an effect. Bleed effect. Regen is not an effect. Effects are like debuffs. Being on fire, bleeding. Where have I been putting the other ones? Did I even make any other ones? No, I think I'm like projecting into the future. I'm imagining scripts that don't exist yet or something. Where would I keep this kind of thing then? The health regen function. The functions, despite the fact that these are all functions, the functions folder is for like how would I describe it? Well, you can see the type of stuff that I've got in here. Flood fill. Instance nearest. Almost like stuff as if I'm like adding to the collection of built-in GameMaker functions. Game conditions. I mean, it kind of feels like an effect. Effects are temporary. This is like a permanent thing. something that only applies to creatures in this case. If that means anything to you. Let's drink some water, maybe that will help. Health regen. It kind of just belongs with the effects, I think. Passives? Passives. We have something called passives? Passive effects? So it's kind of just a different type of effect. Let's just put it in here, I guess. The, oh. Regen. I just want to call it regen. I don't even want to bother with the word effect. Why do I have effect on these? Surely it should be the other way around as well. It should be effect bleed, effect fire, effect regen. And then I can easily search for them by putting effect. True. True. Well, I can achieve that by doing a global find and replace. I do that and then just do bleed effect and call it effect bleed. Oh, sorry, I got a very itchy nose today. Oh no. Effect bleed. Replace all. I'm not actually using this one anyway yet, am I? And then this one would be... Oh, why did I just run the game? Regen. And then we put this in here. We want the ID of the instance calling to with ID. My D key has stopped working as well now. Both the S and D key are failing. Okay, and so that's it. I can just run this on whatever I want. As long as it has health and a regen timer. True, true. Do you think you could like build the timer into this thing as well? It'd be pretty nice, wouldn't it, if the timer was self-contained? Didn't I do that with the bleed? Yeah, yeah. Did. This one has to count up. But it's just to one of these values, so it's fine. It could. Oh, wait a minute. What? No. Because a temporary variable only lasts for a single step, doesn't it? So you can't use a temporary variable for that. So, yeah, that's the one thing about it is like you can't just run this script on an object. You also need to make sure it has a regen timer variable, I guess. What is going on? Okay. SC effect regen. Let's change that to effect regen. And then just go through and replace all of those. There we go. We're gradually cleaning this code up. Why is the regen after the death code in this one? Is it like that in all of them? Well, like half of them? Oh, I guess normally I do regen after the death code. Interesting. Because the regen could potentially allow them to survive, like if they reach 0 hit points, but then they regen 1 hit point, they could potentially survive, right? Which would make sense if you were going to regen that tick, you should get the regen, and you should survive. Yeah, I think you do want to run regen before, to be honest with you. Hey, Kyramira, how's it going? I'm working on a colony simulation, a little GodSIM game that I've been cooking up for the past 3 years here. See if it runs. I can show you what I've got going on. Just been changing some stuff, so it might not run. I've been converting everything to use delta time recently so that all the timings are correct, independent of frame rate. It only took a couple of days in the end, really, so not too bad. I'm still using alarms for a lot of stuff, though, and need to convert those to variables, and then I can apply delta time to that stuff as well, but it's mostly particle effects that use alarms. I was thinking that might actually be kind of good, because Oh no, it's still crashing. What's wrong with it now? Starvation timer not set before reading it. Oh. Okay, just a couple of variables I didn't define, I guess. Because a couple of these creatures didn't have the starvation code until recently, right? No, it's not bad. It's just that you can't use delta time compensation on alarms because there's no way to like get at the internals of an alarm to apply that to it, right? So you just gotta like use your own like variable based alarms instead. Yeah. So I don't think these variables are defined on here. So we've got to make sure that all the creatures have these. I think most of them do. There we go. I mean, I was thinking about it like it's kind of pointless to run that code on the animals that just eat grass because they're never going to starve because there is a limitless supply of grass. So it's true. True that we don't really need to do that. Okay, let's try again. Third time's the charm. So a little test that I want to do is just to see that they're drinking at the same speed, or that they even can still drink. It would take them about a second to drink water previously, and if it still takes about a second, then everything's working. And then I need to test it with the different time scales as well. Does it take half a second at 2 times speed, etc.? Oh, we're still crashing. What's going on? Fox, step 2, line 133. Unable to find instance for object ds delete pack dot females. Huh, what is this? Fox, step 2, it's probably end step, line 133. What is this? Why are the foxes immediately dying? That's definitely concerning. This is the death code, so this shouldn't be happening unless they reach 0 hit points. Certainly shouldn't be happening at the start of the game. Unable to find instance, so it's probably pack. Well, true. I should be doing an instance exists check like I normally do first, so that we just don't do this if it doesn't exist. I can definitely optimize some of this, right? We keep repeatedly checking if pack exists instead of just doing it once. It's not good. Just gotta crack a window. Yeah, yeah, but why are they calling this code? at the beginning of the game. Alright, let's just do that real quick. There we go, that's a bit cleaner. Right, so none of this will be executed if pack doesn't exist. But let's see if the game actually runs without crashing this time. We can see what's going on. It loads a bit slow when I'm running in virtual machine, but it's actually quite fast when I compile with YYC. Everyone's dead. Everyone's dead and the game is frozen. Interesting. Wow, this is not what I expected. This is definitely not what I expected. Okay. Well. What is going on? I mean, I made some changes to the aging stuff, right? What if somehow everyone's immediately dying of old age? And they're stuck attempting to spawn. I think that's why the game froze. Trying to spawn the waypoints. Okay. Actual delta times time multiplied by global delta multiplier. Metabolism. Well, this is kind of crazy. What is going on? Okay. Another question would be like, should you get your regen before dots are applied or after? Interesting. Suppose after is in favor of the player. Well, it depends. Depends. If it was on the humans, yes, but we could flip it around for the other creatures. Although that's debatable too, because you don't necessarily want to kill them. Anyway, first we need to get the game actually working again. Okay. if they were dying of old age, it would at least take half a second or something. If they were dying of hunger, it would still take a little bit of time. What? Oh, would it? Are there some? Did I get some messages about how they died? I do print some stuff to the console. Oh, they all died of thirst. Okay, that's useful information, actually. Thirst. Why are they dying of thirst? Why are they dying of thirst? Thirst minus equals dehydration time. Okay, let's have a look at dehydration. 2 divided by 60, right? Dehydration times delta multiplier times time times delta multiplier. Thirst less than or equal to 0. Thirst timer plus equals actual delta multiplied by time. Oh, wait a minute. What's going on here? Oh, I see what I've done. Are you seeing what I'm seeing? Currently it says if you're not thirsty. Wait, no, what is it? Hold on. No, that's correct. Do this thirst less than or equal to 0, do this, else reset thirst timer to, okay. No, that's fine. Thirst timer greater than 720. Oh, I might need the brackets. No, I think it stores the result, doesn't it? Or does it? 2 divided by 60 multiplied by... That would probably just give me a lower number, though, if anything. Huh. Well, so clearly that thirst is hitting 0, like, immediately. And then this timer is hitting, like, 720 immediately. Somehow. Just gotta check something real quick. I mean, that must be giving me some, like, massive value. Wait, wasn't I doing that? Let me check the old code. See what I was doing before. I think it's just the time thing that I updated, right? Oh, no, I updated both in this case. Right. I'm gonna print those to the console. Maybe my delta multiplier is wrong. Don't really see how. What are we getting? Wait, 0 and 0? That can't be it. Or is it? Maybe it is, actually. Curious to see what these auctions go for. I'm not bidding. I have these games. I don't have the money to be buying games right now. Why would we be buying them if I already have them? You can see. You can tell I have a problem with buying games. Oh wow, yeah, that went through the roof. Makes sense. Yeah. Cool. Okay, well, we're just going to be printing these every step, but, you know. It's fine for this little test. What? What did I do wrong with this? Oh. Oh my god. Gotta undo my shorts, jeez. I don't have any pants that fit anymore. It's a pain in the butt. What am I doing? Ring. Like that. There we go. See what we're getting in the console. Delta multiplier is 1. Actual delta is 0.02. I don't see any issue with that. It's going to change once we get in game, obviously, but so that would mean like dehydration times 1, which gives us the exact same value. Time times 1. 1 times 1 is 1. I really don't see the problem here. What's going on? Maybe I should just like run the game and see what those values change to before it freezes. Delta multiplier 302? Oh my god. So it seems like the issue is probably because the delta time is so long on the loading screen. I did think maybe that was something to do with it. It kind of normalizes again after they're all dead. Doesn't help us though. Well, I could disable all of this stuff until the game is finished loading. That would make sense. Yeah. Like just everything. I mean, yeah, I guess like literally everything in this step. Try that. There we go. Right, don't do any of this until the game has finished loading. Oh, it's raining. I think I'll just close the window downstairs. Okay. Oh yeah. I remember the plan. Let's see what kind of an effect this has. Yeah, because it hangs for like a really long time, like several seconds. So the delta time to produce a frame is literally several seconds long on the loading screen sometimes. Hey, there we go. That's crazy. Alright, so the thirst seems to be going down at like a reasonable rate now. And that will be happening independently of frame rate, which is nice. So it doesn't matter what system you play this on, the timings will all be correct. And yeah, it's definitely a good sign. I just want to see them all like go to a stream and drink, right? And then we can see if it's refilling at the correct speed as well. But this is the game. You start out with this tribe of humans on an island, which is procedurally generated with Perlin noise and stuff, and there's creatures, like this is a herd of deer, although they're just brown cubes right now, but, you know. Let's watch this guy. Why is this guy bleeding? Oh. Well, that looked good. That looked fine. I still have it set up so if I attach the follow cam to somebody by clicking middle mouse on them, it causes them to bleed, because I was testing that. Alright, well that's cool. I'm glad it turned out to be an easy fix, but yeah, I don't know if you're still there, Kyromira, but I can actually show you the game now that it's running again. So yeah, you start, you generate up a world. I've got 10 different biomes in 4 different climates so far. I've got like a full weather simulation and everything like that. The humans are affected by the weather conditions and the temperature and stuff. And you can build shelters in the form of tents. Well, you don't build them. They build them. So, like, where's our nearest stream? Looks like it's down below us there. Or is that one closer? I think this one's closer, so I'll put my store there. And then I'll, like, make some carpenters, right? Oh, are they not doing anything? Have I broken the carpenters now? Looks like it. Oh. Okay, no, it is working. Normally there's a chopping sound effect when they're chopping the trees. That's why I was confused. But I've broken that somehow. Interesting. I think I probably know why. Yeah. So I'm gonna have to figure that out. They're all going to drink from the streams. I can place down a campfire, which they can use for cooking food and such. Don't want to place it too close to your tents though, because it can catch them on fire. If you're not careful. Oh yeah, getting these trees out of here might be a good idea, because they leave tree stumps behind, and at the moment you can't move the tree stumps. Which doesn't make any sense, because if you can move the trees, why can't you move the tree stumps? So, anyway, the carpenters should put some firewood on the fire. They should get this fire going. There we go. So they'll search for firewood and keep the fire going and stuff. As well as building things. But in order to finish this tent, we need fur, so you gotta, like, make some hunters, right? And they'll go hunt, oh, it's starting to rain. I'll go hunt some animals, bring us some fur so we can build the tents. The store is obviously used for storing stuff. Oh, we've crashed again. Unknown object dot bleed timer not set before reading it. Oh really, I'm running, this is what I was saying before. I'm running, really, the deer, okay. Huh. How was it working before then? I don't know. I guess it didn't use the bleed timer variable. Okay, well let's rip this playthrough. You can see they just killed a deer, it looks like, in the top left there. They were about to. Okay. Gotta make sure that they all have this bleed timer. Where does that normally go? And why does it equal 1 by default? I'm not sure it's supposed to equal 1 by default, is it? Bleed effect. It is, apparently, but why? Because it's always a second, and we don't want it to tick immediately. We want it to tick after a second. Okay, and this goes in the timers section. That makes sense. There's also a bleed tick tracker. Is that correct? Or do we still do that? No, I don't think we do. That's how we determine when we're gonna stop, right? You know, bleed tick less than 10, else we stop bleeding. So we stop bleeding after 10 seconds or 10 ticks. So they all need that bleed tick variable as well. It isn't exactly a timer, is it? It's something else. It's more of a tracker, yeah. So they all need both of those. Bleed timer. This one doesn't have a bleed timer. Bleed timer. Oh god, like none of them have it. I like how I have action timers, plural, and then there's just one. There used to be multiple action timers until I realized, like, why would I have a unique timer for every kind of action when you can only ever perform one action at once? So we just need one action timer. Okay, I think they all have bleed tick though, because we were using that before. Okay, cool. So they all have that variable set up now. Yeah, it's coming along nicely. And the next thing to do would be to make a nice fire effect or effect fire function, which can just we can just stick that on anything that we want to be able to set on fire, and it'll just work. And also I want to make a clear trackers function. I have a clear trackers function. I want a clear trackers other function, or clear other trackers, maybe the better name for it. Sub only mode. Oh yeah. Delta time compensation on day-night cycle, done. Remove, okay. Hey, we're doing pretty good. What was I just saying? Fire function. That's kind of the next thing to do. Clear other trackers function. And update clear trackers to be universal, something like that, so we can run it on any creature type and have it just work. It'll be really nice. I can definitely see Brewer's point about making everything as reusable as possible. You want everything like to be universally compatible, so I can just literally type like one function in and it does everything. It's context sensitive and it just does what I need it to do. A really smart way of building things. But hey, I didn't know that in the beginning, but I'm learning. The other thing that I wanted to do is we're going to make it so the shaman have like a, well, so the shaman will only heal people that they can see. We're going to revert that to be back how it was, like that, which is a pretty simple change. Go to conditions, state heal, and we just add a range check in here. Oh, it's already there, it's just commented out. So we just check that lowest health human not only exists, but is also like within our perception radius. And there's one other place that we need to add that, which is on the interrupt script, otherwise we could wind up with some sort of infinite loop. Possibly. Definitely. That would be bleed interrupt. We're going to want the instance exists check as well. Oh yeah, this should be in place of this, I guess. Yeah. Well, no, we need that as well. Okay. And just don't forget to check that that instance exists before we reference it. Let me just have a look back at this real quick. Yep, that's all good. So, okay. So the shaman won't, like, heal injured humans anywhere on the map now. They'll only heal the ones that they can see. And injured humans do have another behavior where they will actually travel to the shaman for healing, if they can. That's pretty much it. I don't think I really want to start on the fire function today. We'll save that one for next time, but yeah, we're in a pretty good spot right now. Delta time pretty much fully implemented. Just got the alarms to convert. Whoops. Just go ahead and run this in test mode. It's the easiest way to kind of show it off. Maybe easy. To give it a bit of a stability test. Let it run for a minute, see if it crashes, see if I get any errors. Yeah, that's kind of funny that they were all they were all dying immediately because it takes so long to load, that in the time that it took to load, they all died of thirst. That's funny. There we go. Alright, yeah, this is an easy way. I have a test mode set up where it, like, automatically places the foundations down and assigns everybody gifts and stuff at the start. You can see what it's like. We only have a single hunter though. Yeah, it's just like randomly assigns them, so don't necessarily expect to get a good build. Way too many foragers right now. 2 shaman, 4 guards. 3 guards is usually enough. I like 5 hunters, 3 guards, 2 shaman personally, most of the time. So you've got these drummers who like give everybody a movement speed buff within a certain radius of the drum. Carpenters are felling trees and building these tents. Hunters are hunting for meat and fur. You got your guards, you know, protecting the tribe. Shaman healing people. Water bearers bringing water from the streams. Fishers and foragers, pretty self-explanatory what they do. Breeders as well, to ensure the future generations of the tribe. Is that all of them? Who else have we got? Worshippers, right? Your worshippers, they worship at the obelisk in the center of camp, and that gives you the power to perform miracles. That's a pack of wolves over there. Purple cubes are wolves. One of the foragers almost got eaten alive. And then you have these shrines around the world which contain miracles, and you unlock those. Typically, I'm in test mode, so I have all the miracles unlocked already, but normally you have to unlock them from shrines. You unlock these portal stones to open this. This is the portal to the next level. If you unlock all 4 portal stones, you can go to the next level. And there's also expansion stones. Where's there? There's one. Expansion stones will increase the size of the sphere of influence, which is this ring around camp. That's the area in which you can perform miracles. But you can always perform miracles on your own humans as well. That's why they have this fire above them when they go outside of the sphere of influence. So yeah, that's pretty much it. And oh, this is the conservation meter, a recent addition. Determines whether you get the good or the bad ending. Like every time you chop down a tree or kill an animal, it goes down a bit. If you plant trees, or if more animals are born, or if you like use a miracle to create more animals, it goes back up. You know, if you drop below 50% when you reach the end of the game, then you'll get the bad ending. And yeah, so the humans are just kind of like these autonomous little guys that live their lives and stuff, and you just get to focus on your godly duties of performing miracles to help them, or I suppose if you really want, you could punish them. You could drown them in the ocean, or smite them, set them on fire. You could do whatever you want. It's not really the objective of the game, but you can still do it. I have some miracles as well, like, can be used to, I don't know which one the store is, didn't check. Presumably whichever one has already been supplied with some fur. This one. So I can use my power to, like, create extra fur for them, so they can get this store built. There we go, now they got the store built. Everyone can start depositing their stuff and everyone can start withdrawing it and eating it. Huh. Did the water bearers not already have water? Interesting. That's a little bit different. So like the fishers and the foragers and the hunters can already start hunting, but it seems like the water bearers, they don't like fill up their inventory with water before the store is built, I guess. I'll just make a note about that. So it's not really a bug. I just don't think I've implemented it yet. Yeah, you always get tons of meat at the beginning because you're like hunting for fur to build the tents. Means you get way more than you really need to start out with. That's kind of the idea, and yeah, there's 10 different biomes, and they get like, you know, a lot less hospitable. You go to different environments where the resources are more scarce, or the weather conditions are more extreme, or the animals are more dangerous. You know, and you just gotta kind of help the humans survive until they reach the promised land. That's like the kind of ending of the game right now. The good ending is that you make it all the way to the promised land. Bad ending is that you've destroyed the world. You've created hell on earth. By not living in harmony with nature. That's sort of the idea. Why is this guy just standing here? That's definitely a bug. So we still have some bugs, it seems. We got knocked out of it by getting thirsty, but yeah, see this guy as well? What's going on? What's going on? That's position 1. Okay, I don't seem to be updating the state name there. Don't really see any issue with this. I don't know what's going on. I'll be right back, 1 sec. I don't think it's anything to do with this. But I mean, if they reach path position 1, just spawn a new waypoint and keep going. Oh. Right, right. Because in this case, state would equal old state. Interesting. Oh, so anything where they're like creating a new waypoint or something without changing states, we actually need to set old state back to idle. Or something like that, I guess. Interesting. Right. Okay. Very cool. So that'd be anything. Okay, anything like that. Interesting. You know, if we're changing states like this, that's fine. But if we're not and we're doing this, then we need to do like that. Just something in there. Might as well be idle. Okay. I'm just gonna look through for any Similar examples. In here, it doesn't matter. We don't even really need to do that because we're running target relocation in this state. Right. Reposition combat. Okay. Hmm. I want to be consistent about it. Just gonna leave it for now. Just want to check on another auction. This one I might actually bid on. Didn't get him. It's fine. Okay, where are we at? Seems like I probably should remove those instance exists checks from the waypoint destruction. And just go on the fact that we know that the waypoint exists. Yeah, it's a good point. Like, running this script is completely pointless, isn't it? If I don't change, okay. Like, basically, I should just do it anywhere that I run this script. That makes it a lot easier. Except here. uh, can just do a find and replace, I guess. Although there's this one I don't want to do. I'm setting it there anyway. I can't do a find and replace, can I? Because it's 2 lines. God damn it. Okay, that should be that problem solved. All right. Cool. I don't think I'm going to do anything else today. Other than eat lots of food. Generally this seems pretty good. Pretty good build now. I got distracted by one-wheel videos. Man, I wish I lived near some decent trails like this. Did that. Did that. Oh. All right. So we'll pick it up next time with the fire function, I think. We'll take it from there. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. I guess I'll release this build though. First I'm going to commit this. Okay. Push that to the repository. Maybe I should do a quick stability test before I release the build. That would be smart. Whoa. sad and hungry. That's me. Still didn't really check that the timescales are working correctly, did I? I'm assuming so. I mean, if it worked for movement speed, why wouldn't it work for everything else? Did it work for movement speed? Have I even checked that? I don't think I have. Maybe I did. Those loading times are crazy. Alright. Well, seems good. I kind of want to see them like drink from the stream or something at 2 times speed. Perfect. Nice. Okay, I'm just going to let it run at 8 times speed for a minute. It's a bit of a stability test. All the hunters are dying. We have 1 hunter remaining. Well, they're not going to do very well, are they? Oh well. So whatever. Let it run for a sec, make sure it doesn't crash. Performance is not bad, to be honest with you. The occasional lag spike still. It's better when I'm not streaming, of course, but considering we're running at 8 times speed, not doing too bad. And now we have delta time compensation, so even if I do get lags or slow down, everything will still be fine. Won't actually mess up any of the timings. Alright, well, everybody's practically dead. But it didn't crash, that's a good sign. This is a pretty solid build now. I'm going to go ahead and release this one. Because the last several builds I've released have all been broken in various ways. So I'm finally getting like a half-decent build back out there, which is good. So it always sucks. Like you think the last build you released was good, and then you find all the bugs, and you're like, man, did I really put that out? It would be worse if people actually played the builds, but I don't think anybody does. So I don't have too much to worry about. It'll be different when we get into the Steam playtesting era. Okay, there we go. Version 0.5.5.1 is now available for Ko-fi members to download. Excellent stuff. Okay, well, I don't think I really have enough viewers to raid anybody today. So we're probably just going to call it here. I am happy with the progress that we're making, though, and I'm enjoying the process. Yeah. Kind of just got like a bit of a... I guess I got a bit reinvigorated for the game dev stuff yesterday. Sort of realized how much I enjoy it, and that's good. So I'm just kind of glad to be here, I suppose. Glad to be here. Indeed. Well, that's it from me. Until next time. Wait for these ads to end. That's it from me. Thanks for joining me. I'll be back tomorrow most likely with a little bit more game dev. I do have a meeting I have to go to tomorrow, but shouldn't take too long, so plenty of time for game development. Until then, take it easy, dude. But take it.